Yo, what's going on, guys? Tony here, coming at you with another For Honor video. This is going to be a Gladiator guide for all of you guys being able to, purchase the character finally who didn't have Season Pass. Figured I'd let you know some stuff that I picked up in the week or so of playing him. I'll do one of these with Highlander as well. And subsequently with this, I will do some counter matchup guides for KENSEI, to go up against these characters, because I know it can be a little bit overwhelming when the new characters first come out. So looking at Gladiator at a first glance, he's obviously an assassin with the reflex guard. He has very quick attacks, and he has an increased stamina pool, so he can feint quite a bit, as you see right here, and just go for almost, 5 or 6 attacks feinting before you actually run out of stamina. Throwing about a total of, 12 to 14 attacks right there before actually depleting that stamina bar. So this will be really good for your mind games and mixing people up. I think that's Gladiator's biggest strong side. That and the fact that he does have good initiations. We'll take a look here at his moveset really quickly. As you can see, if I scroll up here to the top, first 6 attacks right here are combo chains. You can see there's a lot of variety to him, so you can do a bunch of stuff. You can do heavy heavies, light, light, just a lot of different normal chains that you can do. You can mix it up with like whiff tech as well, if that's something you're into, because you can keep these chains going for a while. He's got sprint attacks, he's got dash attacks, and he's got quite a bit of unblockables right here. So going into it, actually his sprint attack is relatively good, and it hits a lot of the time. It's pretty quick, but if you do miss, you can actually follow it up with this jab. It's called Bamboozled. I think it's a pretty fitting name. It's basically so you just don't get punished after. Really, you can't follow up after it for much of anything. With his dash attacks, they are good for dodging, but be very wary to initiate with them, because if your enemy does block them, they can get a free guard break on you, so that is something that you really need to look out for. I think Gladiator's best move in his entire repertoire is his zone. So that's his zone right there. If the first actual hit with the shield connects, the second hit is guaranteed, so you need to... it's just a really, really good way to open up people. And even if it misses, you can cancel, go into things like guard breaks and etc. Light attacks or, dash attacks, different combo chains with that. So it's also initiation, but you can also do some advanced combo chains with that. He has his toe stab, which is good to just randomly throw out, or, you just throw out a light attack and throw it out there. You can really, mix it in there basically with anything. And the good thing about this is if your opponent's out of stamina, if you're able to get them with one of these toe stabs, they actually fall to the ground, and then you're able to get a ground punish off on your enemy. So that's good. A lot of people look for it though, so maybe be on the lookout for a guard break if somebody continues to keep backdashing on you. In addition to this, he also has a dash either left, right, or forward, and he can do a punch. He can follow this up with a heavy after as a combo chain. The heavy's not confirmed, but you can do a lot of cool things. You can dash in, heavy, feint, guard break. Similar to that of the zone. They're pretty similar moves, just the fact that this normal punch isn't guaranteed. It just drains stamina of your opponent. In addition to all of his combo chains, he can end any of them with the Skewer. So let's just say I throw out one light attack and I can do a Skewer, which is basically holding down on the left stick and doing a heavy. So I do this right there, and it applies a bleed. Now, I don't necessarily have to keep it in there for the entire time. I can do a light, let's say, do this, and then I can throw them, maybe into a wall to get another attack off. Or, let's just say you want to feint it. That is an option as well. I think feinting it is definitely the best when going against people. So if you're going in, with a combo chain, you can mix people up, go for a toe stab, go for, a zone after. Really just mix people up and keep them guessing. A lot of the times they're not going to be able to dodge in time. If you cancel it and go for a different attack, they're not going to know what the hell's going on, because they're just not familiar with the character, really. So now I'll just hop into a couple combo chains that I have really found success with. I know there's a plethora of stuff you can do with Gladiator. The dude has got insane amount of combos that you can actually do. So this first one is going to be a light attack, heavy feint, guard break, heavy, skewer feint into a toe stab. So what this basically is right here. Just like that. So basically what I'm doing is, the light, obviously, feint GB is easy, but then you just feint the skewer, which is used at the end of combo chains, and then you go for a a toe stab. Now, likewise with this, you can go for a feint into the GB, into this, into another guard break, or you could even do, I might run out of stam actually on this, so I'll wait a second. You can follow it up into a zone as well. So what that looks like is something like that. That will put you actually out of stamina. But like I said before, he just has so many utilities that to able to put into combo chains and string together. But that's kind of one of the base ones that I like to do. In addition to this, I'll say initiating with the zone feels pretty safe. A lot of people don't necessarily got the timing down for the dodge on it. The normal punch is a lot easier to dodge. So for this one, we're going to do a zone cancel, guard break, heavy, and then go into a heavy feint, guard break, and then heavy again. Sorry if that was kind of butchered, but basically what that is just like that. That has worked immensely for me. Some people, you just seem to catch him on the dash, it looks like, against the Gladiator. It seems to work out quite nicely for him. The Skewer, like I said, is something that I wouldn't necessarily throw in too much, but yeah, you can if you want to, mix up your opponent a little bit. This next combo is one that I've been using a lot on the dodge attack. So if somebody's going in for an attack or like a shove, etc., I'll dodge to either the right or the left, and then I'll do a heavy feint to the opposite side, cancel it, go into a guard break, get a heavy off, then I'll skewer feint, and then go into zone. So what that basically looks like is saying the attack comes through, I do this, other side, guard break, feint this, zone, boom, puts you out of stamina, but it does a hell of a lot of damage, and you're a lot of the times able to back up pretty easily from your enemies, unless going up against like another Gladiator, then it gets a little bit difficult for you. So those are just some simple combos. They've been working very, very well for me. I think that Gladiator feels pretty easy to use, honestly. He's got a lot of mix-ups, as I mentioned before. You can just do so much. You can include the whiff tech. You can do basically any variation of the combos I've shown here. As for parry punish, I'm going to hop into a level 1 bot real quick and show you what I found out with parry's punish. And then, yeah, we'll go from there. Okay, guys, really quickly, I just wanted to touch on his deflect before I talk about the parries. His deflect is basically a skewer, so once you hit the deflect, you just hit the heavy button, and then you'll do the skewer bleed onto your opponent. It probably won't show up when I do it to the Shigoki because of hyper armor, but for his parries, heavy parry is going to get you one of two things. If you're in range, a guard break into a heavy attack, which is ideal, or if you find that you're probably not in range, just go for a zone attack after a heavy parry. That'll always go through as well. And for a light attack parry, you're going to be getting your normal heavy attack off, which is pretty much the same for all characters. I believe side heavy would be the ideal choice. I'm not 100% sure on Gladiator's damage values. And for an out of stand punish, it's not confirmed by any means, but it seems to work a lot of the time for me. I'll knock someone to the ground, I'll do a heavy attack, which is confirmed, and then I'll just do a toe stab right after. And as they're standing up, a lot of the times they don't dodge out of the way and they fall back down. So that's kind of unfortunate for them. So we'll do the actual the deflect right here on the Shigoki if he gives us a boom. That's the deflect skewer, but it didn't do anything because of the hyper armor. We'll do the parries. So this is a heavy parry. One guard break into a heavy, or if he throws out another one, we can go for the zone. He might do a light attack next. There, they're unpredictable. Okay. So, light attack, heavy parry, or if he throws out another heavy attack, which I hope he does sometime soon. Go into that right there. Get the zone off. Seems to work most of the time, and I find it to be pretty good. So, what I was talking about for the out of stand punish, I'll try to get the dude out of stamina before he kills me. So we throw him to the ground, we do a heavy into a toe stab, knock him back over, do another heavy. That's what I've seemed to find works for me, but it won't work for everybody. Obviously, you can dash out of it for the most times, and I believe each character has different get up animation times. I believe it's different for each character. Shigoki's probably going to be slower than most because he is a large dude, but those are just some things that I found to be useful. Parries, I always like to do more than deflects. I find that I find that parries even for a Gladiator are much better than the Deflect. But if you're maybe near a wall, it's good for the Deflect because then you can throw them into the wall and get like a stun off on them, you know, something of that nature. So guys, I hope you did enjoy this Gladiator guide. I know it's not super advanced, but that's because a lot of the stuff with Gladiator can be made differently by the player. If you feel more comfortable maybe doing a heavy confirmed and do another heavy feint, light attack, guard break combo or something of that nature, you can do that. You can mix up his combos just a crap ton and actually get a lot of effective chains going off. The ones that I mentioned are just how I said in the first week have worked for me very well and caught some players off guard who might not be expecting it because they're unfamiliar with the movesets. So if you guys do have any questions or comments or maybe even different combo chains that were successful for you, be sure to post them in the comments. I do appreciate the feedback. As always guys, my name is Tony. I will catch you in the next video. Peace.
I know you ain't on someone like me. Your eyes too nice, but you can't. You too fancy, too empty, and you chose someone you need.